Yo, how's it going everybody? Arie here, and in today's video I'm going to share with you an e-commerce niche that is popping off, and I'm also going to be showing you an amazing example of a brand that I think is absolutely beautiful and just a really great example for branding and capitalizing on a really niche down opportunity. So this is going to be really relevant to anybody that's looking to start a business, but also to people that are already in business and want to figure out just some interesting marketing tactics and stuff like that. So we're going to break it all down in this video. We'll start by looking at the branding design and the overall idea and brand. Then we'll look a little bit at the social media strategy, and then finally the paid media strategies, aka the ads, because I'm gonna spoil it for you a little bit. This brand is heavy into Facebook ads, which is cool because a lot of people think Facebook ads are dead, but that's actually not true. I don't want to waste your time, of course, so let's just get right into it. The brand is called Cadence, and as you can see, it's a travel capsules brand. So their header here is "Meet the Capsules, the first magnetic and refillable container made from recycled ocean-bound plastic." That is a lot of buzzwords right there. They got the recyclable angle, they got the refillable angle, and as you can see, it just looks really beautiful. I mean, this looks really well branded. So of course, this is a beautiful brand, and that's really great. But let me show you why this brand is actually really smart and capitalizing on a good opportunity. So as we see here on the Google Trends chart, we got the travel search term, and even though it's been on a steep decline for a while, obviously COVID did not help that at all, we can start to see a little bit of a trend reversal here. I don't know if you can see it, but this trend is actually making higher highs, which is a really bullish sign in the investing world, but we can actually apply that same sort of trend logic to this. However, let me show you something. When we take a look at the capsule search term, it's actually on a pretty steep increase. So this is extremely bullish. A lot of people are shopping for capsules, or at the very least looking up the term, which can mean a variety of things, but to me, this just says a lot of people are interested in capsules. So if you mix the two together, you get a really good niche opportunity. So of course, the travel niche is absolutely huge. There's like a billion things that you could sell within the travel niche. And this is a really great example of niching down to avoid competition. So they're utilizing a couple things that we've been talking about in a lot of my videos recently, which is one, they're targeting a blue ocean opportunity here. There's not really a lot of competition when it comes to this. You know, there's no direct to consumer e-commerce brand that comes to mind when it comes to travel capsules. So that's really smart. They figured out a really big niche that they could target, but figured out a way to niche down to avoid competition. That's a really smart thing to do, especially nowadays when competition is pretty heavy. You know, a lot of people are wanting to get into the e-commerce space, and that's only going to increase. But the second thing that they've done here is they've taken a low average order value product, which, you know, something like this is probably going to be pretty cheap if you just buy one, and they've bundled them together to create a higher average order value product. So we've talked about this multiple times, but this is a really smart strategy to fight the rising ad costs, is to create bundles for your store. And what's cool is that you can launch these bundles as new products. So your customers may think that you're launching new products all the time, but in reality, you're just creating new bundles for them that they can use. And this is really smart for getting a higher average order value, which will in turn allow you to spend a little bit more on advertising, beating out a lot of the competition. Now, this brand was really smart too, adding this recyclable angle to it, because that way not only are you getting these like really aesthetically pleasing and durable capsules, but you're also helping the environment. You're utilizing a sustainable manufacturing model, which is super appealing not only to consumers, obviously, like you and I, but also to investors. And this brand has raised money. I'm not gonna lie, I'm a sucker for good design like this and sustainable practices. So I'm really loving this brand a lot. Once this video is over, I'm probably gonna buy a couple of these because I have a lot of travel plans this year, and a lot of people actually feel the same way. Now that COVID restrictions are lessening, people are going to start to travel like crazy. So this is why, in my opinion, this brand is positioned perfectly for success. Now, a couple things that we can learn from their branding here is that it's very simple. I mean, they got a lot of really fancy animations, which of course look amazing, but if you're just starting your business, don't worry about this type of stuff. This is way too expensive. I'm sure this website costed like at least $30K to get made, but we can see how meticulously put together it is. I mean, the attention to detail here is really amazing, and they pulled off a really cool idea. Now, as we can see from their social media, they're actually mainly focusing on Instagram here, and it's getting them a lot of influencer traffic traffic. So a lot of influencers are using their products. You know, they have a really great service. They even offer 2-day shipping, and their engagement is pretty decent, especially on Instagram. Instagram is a difficult platform to get engagement on, I'm not gonna lie, especially nowadays. But as we can see, they're actually getting a little bit more momentum on Reels. So if I had to give them some advice here, I would say to start capitalizing way more on Reels and try to utilize the 9:16 format more and recycle it through YouTube, Pinterest, all these platforms. So if any of you watching are from the Cadence team, I would love to connect. You guys have built such a cool brand. But anyways, let's take a look at their ads, because this is honestly one of my favorite parts of these case studies. It's really interesting to see how these different brands are running ads. I almost forgot to add, but their site traffic is pretty impressive. I mean, they're getting over 100,000 monthly visitors on average here, which at this average order value is bound to add up to at least 100K in monthly revenue, and that's a conservative estimate. I really want to emphasize again the power of building bundles like this. I think it's really smart, and I mean, you can actually give tiered discounts on these bundles so your customers can save some money by buying more, and you get a higher margin from getting a higher average order value. So everybody wins when you create bundles. But let's take a look at their ads here, because this is where we can learn a lot. Now, these are some of the ads that they've launched this month alone, and they're very aesthetic, as you can see. So they almost look like retargeting ads. Pure organizational aesthetic bliss anytime I look at the capsules on my counter or in my bag. That's a really good header right there. I'm sure that's how a lot of people feel when they look at these. They're very aesthetically pleasing. And again, they're also helping the environment. So that's a lot of benefits right there. Leak-proof, magnetic, and made from ocean-bound plastic. These refillable containers are loved by travel and leisure. Forbes, The Cut, and The Strategist. That's pretty decent. Connecting all my essentials has been a game changer. These are actually really good header ideas right here. For those of you that have brands in a similar space or in a similar branding style, like just this really aesthetic, modern look, meet the Cadence Capsules. Sustainable magnetic containers that are actually leak-proof, space-efficient, quick to fill, and easy on the eyes. So here we get the benefits basically: space efficient, quick to fill, leak proof, and easy on the eyes. Wow, so they're also running a before and after ad here. I really like this actually. This looks amazing. I didn't even think about the fact that you could put lotions in here too, because that's the thing about traveling, is they don't let you go in with big bottles of product unless it's in your checked bag, but in your carry-on, you can't have stuff like this. So this is really clever. I actually didn't even think of it like that. I was only thinking of it as like a pill container. Wow, that's really clean. This is like a one product store on steroids, honestly. I love it. Let's take a look at this one. This one's pretty good, but I feel like they should have added some sort of travel aspect, you know, like this alone doesn't really tell me much about the brand. Bringing your personal care routine has never been easier. This one's pretty cool, actually. I like this ad. This is aesthetically pleasing. It tells me everything I need to know about the brand, and it gives some source of authority here by mentioning a blog, a travel blog. This is Steph. So this is like a story ad right here, like telling the story of the brand.
Do you ever look at someone and wonder what is going on inside their head?
That's pretty good. That's cool. It's a women-led company. I should have guessed, because these products are really well designed. I'm not gonna lie, these are beautiful. But that's about it for this one. I wanted to share this with you guys. I always stumble across these brands and I instantly think to try to break them down on YouTube to not only help some of you guys that are trying to start businesses, but also to get these brands a little bit more exposure. I mean, I try to share brands that I personally would shop for too. And like I said, I'm probably gonna be buying some of these after this video's over. But that's about it. I hope you enjoyed this video. I hope you have an amazing rest of your day, and I'll see y'all in my next one. Peace.